I'm Mike from drumhead.com and welcome to another of our bite-sized lessons. Okay, you may have seen the previous video and that was about your first ever drum beat and that involved counting to 4. Okay, this one is going to be your first ever drum fill or drum roll. It depends how you term it. A lot of people think when you're moving around the kit, you call it a drum roll. Generally, we refer to it as a drum fill. The reason being for that, it generally fills a gap, okay, in between two beats, generally when you're moving between two parts of a song. But, you know, we'll get into that later. At the moment, we just want to show you how to play a very basic first fill. So hopefully you've seen the video before, as I say, and you've got your first drum beat, which may be something like this. If you remember, it's counting to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's what went into the other video. Now, we're going to do a fill. So what are we going to do? Well, we're going to count to 4 again. But the difference in this video is I might ask you to count to 8 as well. Okay? I know you can do that, don't worry. So, the other video, just to recap again. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So now we're going to count to 4, just the same, but we're going to do it right, left. 1, 2, 3, 4. To start off with, we're just going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 on the snare drum, just on its own. Simple as that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, left. Okay, and we're going to put that in between the drum beat. Okay, so we're going to have a bit of the drum beat, then we're going to have the fill on the snare, and then go back to the drum beat. For purposes of this, I'm just going to do 4 beats of the drum beat and then 4 of the drum fill. Okay, so like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, if I speed it up a bit, makes a bit more sense. And I'll also play the repeat of the groove a few more times. Because generally in a song, you're not going to have just one section of 4 and then a fill straight away, backwards and forwards like that. So. Okay, so that's a really simple fill. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's not very interesting, but again, as I said in the last video, you know, some of these fills, the really simple ones, are the ones you'll hear on rock and pop records because they're simple and people understand them, they feel them, especially coming out through big PAs as well. Massive big fills, rather than some of the real complex ones that just go over most people's heads. So, simple isn't always bad. In fact, simple a lot of the time is good. So, we're going to make it slightly more interesting by going 1, 2 on the snare drum, and then 3, 4 on this. Now this drum, if you don't know, we're going to call it a tom-tom. A lot of people refer to it as a rack tom, and this one down here as a floor tom. The reason they call that a floor tom is because it's sitting on the floor, and this one a lot of the time is above the bass drum. So rack and floor tom, or high tom and low tom, because of the different tones. This one's higher, lower. Okay. As I said before, I know a lot of you watching this will know all this, but this is for the real beginners. You know, we've all got to start somewhere. It's really important to start simple. So, this time it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, again, I'll just do 1 part of the beat and then 1 to 4 of the fill. Nice and slow. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll speed up a bit, I'll play a bit more of the groove and then put the fill in. Okay. So then we can just move it around the kit. A lot of the time we term this as orchestrating it around the kit. All it means is you're just moving your hands around the kit. And honestly, sometimes you're just throwing your hands around the kit. You might make mistakes, and the mistakes might sound ace. I've done loads of things in the past where I've been trying to play something, done it wrong, and then gone, that's actually better. So don't be afraid to make mistakes. Okay, it's only drums. It's not that important, is it? So here we go. This time I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to go right hand on the snare, left hand on the high tom, and then right, left on the low tom. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah? Speed it up again. There you go, your first fill. Now, this is where we're going to count to 8. Okay, so we're just going to repeat that. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're just extending the length of the fill to make it slightly more interesting. So it's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Slowly with the groove. Then I'll speed it up a bit more of the groove in between. Here we go. There you go. So that's an idea for your first fill. Let's say once you get the idea, we're just going right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, and you can move your hands around the kit wherever you want. Same, right, left, right, left. So here's an idea. Once you've got used to that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, just try throwing your hands around the kit. As I say, sometimes you'll go wrong, sometimes it'll sound great. I'll have a go. I don't know what I'm going to do now, but we'll see what happens. Okay. Okay, one final thing before I disappear off. A lot of the time you might finish with a crash. I'm just going to show you this and then we'll talk about this more on the next lesson. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is a crash, by the way. These things up here, okay? Crash because we hit them hard and crash on them. Give you that sort of sound. Okay, so this is just an example and then we'll go into it further on the next lesson. So because a lot of time after a fill we do tend to go into a crash to come back in, just as a bit of a punctuation. Okay, so that's it. That's your first basic fill. As I say, counting to 4 or maybe counting to 8. Great stuff. Okay, I hope you've liked that. If you have, please like and subscribe. Take it slowly, have fun, build it up, and I'll see you on the next one. See you later.